Well, hello everybody, and welcome back yet again to the Osu Catch World Cup semi-finals for the actual first match, technically, minus that previous show match against Team Saikai and Team Hyang. We are actually finally having a real match between Team France and Team Germany. I am joined here by the beloved commentator and Belden team captain, Quinton. How's it going?
Hey, Maito. I'm doing fine. It's really warm here in Europe, but overall, we can manage. What about you down there in Australia?
Yeah, it's freezing here. It's really cold. Yeah, it's incredibly cold here. So, yeah, basically the opposite of what you were saying before. It is very cold and wintry down here, down under, in the upside down. Yeah.
Okay.
Very cold. So.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
Gonna cut you off there because we're jumping right into this one. France versus Germany, and we see Germany banning Hardrock Tree, and we see France banning Hidden Tree. So Convert Hardrock and Convert Hidden already taken away. Hidden Tree, really hard map. Loyar isn't always hard, but that one in particular really hard. So reasonable ban coming in from France. What are your predictions for this one, Maito? Any favorites in your opinion? Oh, we see Double Time 3 getting picked immediately by France, actually. So that's Air 8.9 Convert DT getting picked. Really hard map. In my opinion, the hardest map in the entire pool. And I think this is going to be Tito's playground. This is definitely something he can play very well.
Yeah. And back to your comment earlier, or I guess your question about the kind of predictions for this map, I would say that France definitely has maybe a little bit of an advantage in terms of their players' ability on certain mods, and just the consistency generally across their team, I think, is a little bit higher than Germany's. Obviously, they are also that higher seed, so it is naturally, I guess, kind of an easy prediction to make for France to take this pretty convincingly. But I definitely think Germany has a few really good players that give them a pretty nice chance to take at least a couple points off France, I think, but we will definitely have to see.
Yeah, definitely. I think Koroya and Mark Mello in particular are the outstanding players on the German side. Mark Mello doesn't play double time, so we won't be seeing him for this one. But he does play every the other mod. And we see Alexander Titovs and Boris representing France, and then Notkor, Nishu, and Inruka for Germany. No surprises there. Boros and Electro choosing Hidden with that double time, perfectly allowed, and it does not give you any score bonus, just purely for reading purposes. Helps with high RDT for some people. Others just definitely do not prefer it. And as you said, I think France is definitely favored, but the semifinals pool is really rough, and there is solo carry potential. I can definitely see Nokoroi and Mark Mello, or either of those two, being able to solo carry some of these maps. But then again, there's Titobas on the other side, and he's been the most consistent player in the entire tournament, so not an easy task out of Germany. We see no one actually starting in the beginning parts of this map getting above 160 combo. The hardest patterns are those wiggles. Oh, we see a 5-way. No, miss actually. Only Nirfa holding on. That's the only fights going in favor of Germany.
Yeah, right now, Germany taking that early advantage. Every single other player finding a miss on that exact same note. So, yeah, right now, Nerfu holding down the fort for Germany. And, okay, well, never mind. Nerfu drops as well. And that is going to give... Oh, but there's a triple miss on the side of Germany. Is a little bit traded back by that double miss from France, though. Boros holding that nice combo as well. So, just stabilizing France a little bit right now. And coming into this break here, the players are going to be able to see each other's scores and definitely build some nerves as well.
Definitely. There's a 1 miss advantage for France right now. We saw 5-way misses twice, and then a single miss from Nerfu, so Boris not missing there is giving France that 1 miss advantage currently. But there's still plenty of map to miss. But Iruka on the other side is going to be the first to drop. That's going to further increase that lead in favor of France. And Boris right now with a beautiful combo, putting in a lot of work for France. Iruka dropping one support, but that was around 20 combo in, so that doesn't matter all too much. France does seem really consistent. All three players left doing a combo. Nerfu dropping, no trades coming from the French side, and that score bar is loading up for Team Red right now.
Yeah, Nerfu, unfortunate drop there. Although that is a double miss there from France. Their lead has extended very nicely right now, and it seems that they are definitely in control. At least Titobus right now. Nokoroi also has a very nice combo too, but kind of needs the other German players to keep their consistency going in order to have a real chance, and that is not what's happening right now. Seeing a miss from Inryuka, followed by Nerfu.
Yeah, Electro and Boros trading, so stabilizing around 130,000 point difference. Lost quarter of the map. No Troy putting in a beautiful performance for Germany, but on the other side, Tito's just perfectly countering that, right? There's two main carries from either team. Nerfu and Boros trading once more, but they need Tito's to miss at least 2 times if they wanted to switch back in favor of Germany. Nerfu missing once more, but the double is coming from France. Inryuka building up his combo, and that is scorebar is decreasing in length, but is there enough time for Germany to come back in this? I don't think there is. This last part is not really dense either, so not a lot of cover to catch. And that's going to be a clean victory for France on this double time treatment. But it was their pick though, so no things lost for Germany just yet. Beautiful performance coming from Nokoroi with a 1 million score. Titoba slightly outperforming with, I believe, 1.03 million. Tomb is only coming from Titoba's beautiful. Boros and Electro struggling slightly, but Inryuka and Nerfu struggling slightly even more. And that's going to give a first point to France. But honestly, this was relatively close for the hardest map in the pool, and that is promising for Germany, given how most people anticipate Germany to be the weaker team on the more scaling maps. If they can follow along to France, that is definitely promising for them. We see Nomad 3 getting picked immediately by Nokoroi, and Nomad 3 is a beautiful convert, really technical, 3 minutes and 44 in length. And well, yeah, it's technicality. It's not an easy map whatsoever. There's a lot of patterns that are really rough to catch. So I'm assuming to see a lot of misses. We saw a lot of misses in the show match as well. I believe Yang was able to one miss that map, which is a beautiful performance. And I'm not sure if anyone in this lobby is going to be able to recreate that performance, given the fact that this is a more high-stakes match and nerves are probably going to come in as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think that this map is quite interesting. Obviously, it is a convert, so provides for some pretty funky sliders and patterns. And there's actually a few cross-screen jumps in this, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, and I think that adds quite a bit to the difficulty. It is relatively long at 3 minutes 43 seconds, so lots of chances for things to happen and for some good content to be produced. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one. It is a little bit of a difficulty kind of a bike in terms of the last pool, I guess you could say.
Definitely, yeah. We see Ginoshi and Marshmallow coming in from Germany. Marshmallow also one of those people we highlighted in the very small pre-show, I would say. On the other side, Hollow and No Life also coming in, two really solid convert players, so as to be expected to see them play on a Nomad convert. Titobas and Nokoroi staying in. The two carries on double time 3 for either team staying in. Once again, expecting huge scores coming in from either. There's one FC on the leaderboard from Lexi from the United States, which is absolutely insane. There's a couple of one misses as well. I mean, Hyang one miss in match, but he also one miss on the leaderboard. But as I'm saying, if FCing this would be an absolutely beautiful performance. 5 missing it would still be an absolutely beautiful performance because it's a really technical map. And definitely at this stage where, well, I mean, Tournament's life is on the line for both of these teams, right? This is a loser bracket match, so the loser of this match will go home. So that's also something to keep in mind. There are 2 spinner traps in the map. The 2 first spinners, you have to stand in the middle, and everyone does so. But Marshmallow is the first to drop, and that's cross-screen jump, and Nokoroi dropping as well. So Dumba's coming from Germany, and that's going to give you early advantage in favor of France.
Yeah, France is taking a little bit of an early advantage here, but unfortunately was going to point that out, that miss from Jinoshi, but No Life trading it right back. And also Hollow now dropping 2. So Germany is actually going to now have that combo advantage and is going to be able to maybe take this back. I'm not exactly sure. Hollow and No Life are building up their combos very nicely again. Oh no, but there's a double miss from those two players. Half traded by Marvmello here, but despite that, Germany are going to take this advantage now, and still really close though, to be fair. And I think that oh god, I'm just like I'm nervous. Some parts of this map just make me pretty nervous.
Definitely, and it is even more nerve-wracking when you actually play the Titobas actually ends up dropping the last of Seed in the lobby. Traded by No Kuroi, but Hollow dropping as well. So it's going to give the advantage to Germany, and Jinoshi especially seems really confident in this one. Marvmello and No Life also above 400 combo, but it's already actually 2 trades coming in from Germany and no trades coming in from France. That's actually heartbreak for Germany. At least switch back immediately, and No Life with the highest combo. That tripness from Germany is not what they want to see. Genosha dropping 1 support. That's already 40,000 score. That's going to keep loading up because none of them are above 200 combo right now.
Yeah, that team miss is absolutely not what Germany needed at all. France just taking full advantage of that. All of their players are just high above 200 combo now and looking really confident. Obviously, that lead isn't huge, but the score deficit is definitely increasing as Jinoshi builds up. And yep, there we go. Another miss from No Kuroi, yet again, building up France's combo even more. And it's looking like France are probably going to be able to take this if they can just keep this consistency going. Their lead is definitely growing right now. And I think that just a little bit more consistency has definitely helped France out right now. Although there is a miss there from Titobas, does give Germany a little bit of help here. There's definitely still maybe a tiny bit of a chance, but that miss from Ganoshi is not going to help it at all. Missed. Oh, but yeah, Marvmello goes down as well, and I think despite that drop from No Life, Hollow holding on very nicely for France there, and just not enough consistency from the German side to really take advantage of those late France misses, unfortunately.
Definitely captain versus captain right now, but the map's coming to an end and everyone's above 200 combo, and that score difference is just too huge in favor of France, and that's a victory bet about 90,000 points. Especially Hollow at the end there, but Tito was actually MVPing in the lobby with a 960,000 score. Everyone above 900k is also really solid performance coming from all players, but unfortunately, this is going to be a breakpoint in favor of France. They break Germany's first pick. It looked very promising in the beginning, but that triple miss just sadly just switched that over immediately. But Germany is definitely not out of this one just yet. 2-0 scoring for them for France, but I mean, both maps are won by about 90,000 points, which is not that much. And I think that there are still quite a few picks left where Germany can keep contesting. Curious to see where France is going to be taking this. And actually, they do go for DT2. I was about to comment on that. I think that DT2 seems the perfect reason. The perfect pick, actually, given how we picked Air 8.9 DT, and now we're going for Air 8.9, and now we're going for Air 9 DT. But this one is specific, right? So Air 9 DT specific is completely different than Air 8.9 Convert, different patterning. But this one is rough. The Air 9 DT from last week is, well, it's 10 times easier than this one. This one is really rough. It's mapped by AFB. AFB's maps are always quite challenging, and then double time added onto that. Will definitely create a spectacle, I do believe. We see Enrique and Nerfa coming back in for Germany. Those are the two main DT players for them, and then Titobas and Boras. I believe that Electro is going to be filling that third slot, or Natsuko, because we haven't seen Natsuko actually for the French side either. But it's going to be Hollow actually.
Oh, that's yeah, looking like it was about to be finally a switch out for the France side, but no Natsuko so far. And I was going to point out, I guess it is a tiny bit late now, but there was a when you see it moment. Titobus had that 727 combo on the previous map. I'm sure Puffbuck just loves me so much bringing that up yet again. But yeah, when you see it,
I deliberately ignored that to not point it out, but then you just go ahead anyway.
Don't worry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it.
All right. You just saw it. It happens. You just saw it.
Yep.
Anyway, we see Hollow coming in for Air 9 DT instead of Electro. On the other side, there's no any other differences. About the map, it's 2 minutes. It's a little less than 2 minutes in length, but it's kind of rough. And therefore, it's going to be the first to drop for the German side, so early advantage in favor of France. But a miss before 200 combo should not be the deal maker. But another miss coming from Nerf is going to extend that lead for France, and they do seem more confident in the beginning sections of this map.
Yeah, and you really don't need too much of a. Well, I guess you don't really have, too much chance, especially considering the length of this map is incredibly short. You do need to maintain that DT consistency through this kind of. You need to, just keep that consistency up. And right now, France is displaying that pretty well, although Nokuroi holding that very nice FC. 2 FCs on the side of France through Titobus and Boros. Right now, taking that very slight advantage. Hollow making it back to 200 combo right now. So out of the gates, or I guess now. Oh, but Nerfu right after the spinner, really unfortunately missing. So that is going to extend France's lead already. You can see there has extended by about 40,000 score or so. And yeah, not what Germany needs right now. They need to get this point on the board to kind of stabilize their team a little bit. And right now, France, that is going to be missed from Boros, but traded right back by Nokuroi, and now Imryuka dropping 2. Miss from Hollow there, though. Germany going to have a slight combo advantage. There is still time, possibly, for Germany to come back, but right now, Titobus is just looking so dominant that... Oh no, as I say that, Titobus actually goes down, but traded by Nokuroi and Imryuka again, and despite those couple misses that could have given Germany a bit of hope, France is just looking to be too consistent yet again for this DT pick and going to get their 3rd point.
Yeah, France taking this Air 9 DT pick, only 8 misses on their side, actually 9 misses on their side combined, whilst we see 23 misses on the German side, but those were really clustered. Honestly, Germany's team score is not that bad. All players getting above 930,000 points on this map is a really solid performance coming from them, but sadly just sadly not enough, let's put it that way. We see 2 1 million scores on the French side, and those are definitely a difference maker, right? Titobus and Boros, both of them, beautiful performance coming in from them. Titobus especially, he hasn't been FCing anymore in this match, but he still is performing at a really high level. And I believe, he was at 15 out of 15 FCs. He's now at 15 out of 21. But then again, still one of the best performing players in this tournament. And the amount of FCs will obviously decrease as soon as map pools get harder and harder. At least that's the point of them getting harder, right? But Titobus, once again, want to point that out. Beautiful performance. Germany, once again, they were able to contest that double time 3 because it was really, really close. But double time 2 rather, but sadly just not able to get that point on the board, just not able to get over that line. But they go for mixed mod 2 practically immediately, and this map, Maito, is also a beautiful one. Custom map by Ken, one of our map pickers, and it is it has no hyper dashes. That is something to note. It has 1 hyper dash if you play with Hard Rock, but there's no hyper dash if you play with Nomad. But it's Air 8.7, 2 minutes in length. But the thing is, it's really wiggle heavy. It's not easy to play with Hard Rock, it's not easy to play with Hidden, and it's not easy to play with Nomad, which makes it a perfect mixed mod map.
Yeah, definitely. I 100% agree with you. This map is very nice, and obviously you always love to see some interesting kind of gimmicky aspects to some of these maps, especially obviously with this map, that no hyperdash type thing is very very interesting, and it is super. Yeah, I just think it's really fun to see players kind of adapt. Obviously, you're so used to kind of at this level seeing hyper dashes galore all over the place with the level of difficulty for these maps. But yeah, just really fun to see kind of a different map here. And yeah, no hyper dash maps are always really interesting. So we are going to see a bit of Tawny lag, question mark? Okay, the no-mod players actually for this one are going to be on the top, and the hard rock players on the left, hidden players on the right, with Jinoshi and Boros, hard rock players Titobus and Marvmello, and the no-mod players going to be Nokuroi and Natsuko.
Yeah, we see early misses coming from Marvmello, Ginoshi, and Natsuko, but that's going to give you advantage in favor of Franz, actually. Interesting to see that Marvmello is the one taking on the hard, because there has been no Kuroi in these past few German matches, but for this one, it is Marvmello, but he's slightly struggling, actually, but Boros has some missing once again, but Marvmello, its rates and hard rock multiplier is 1.12, so that's going to favor Franz, with Natsuko missing and no trade actually a trade coming from Ginoshi. Only no Kuroi versus Titobas, but Titobas with the hard rock is just putting in so much score for Franz right now. And it's going to give about a 40 to 50,000 buffer for them.
Yeah, really, still a pretty close match, even despite that early France advantage with that Jinoshi miss. But okay, we are going to see a miss now from Boros on the hidden side here, and Jinoshi actually getting some nice combo going, but as I say that, dropping yet again, so despite that Germany advantage, it's slowly going back towards the way of France as we get a miss now from Nokuroi as well. Natsuko definitely outperforming Nokuroi just a little bit on the combo side here. Nokuroi a little bit of a knack advantage, but the rest of the France team just much too strong right now. Boros dropping yet again there. Some of these patterns, by the way, for the reading on hidden is just an absolute nightmare, I would say, and the hidden player is definitely doing a really good job keeping up with this map right now. Obviously, Titobas still holding that double S, absolutely carrying France through right now, and yeah, just doing. I mean, that is just an incredible play if Titobas can continue with this consistency and pull off that double S for this map.
Yeah, beautiful performance coming from Titobas. All eyes on Titobas right now. I think the difference is way too huge for Germany to come back, and Titobas actually ends up S-ing this map with hard. That's a beautiful performance once again coming in. His first of this match, but I mean, if you take a look at the scores, the hidden player from Germany is only trailing by 40,000. The normal player is beating Natsuko. Nokuroi is beating Natsuko by 40,000, so that's tied. But then that difference in hard is about 150,000 points. That's just a difference maker, and that's unfortunate for Germany, right? Because that third slot, they have to face off against Titobas, and that guy is just not gonna give you any chances whatsoever. And beautiful performance coming from France. Once again, it's 2 breakpoints ahead now, so 4 scoring for France. But it does look somewhat tricky on the Nomad and the hidden, though. The hard rock player being the one to definitely carry on that one, because yeah, we saw quite a lot of misses coming from Natsuko and Boros. But then again, 4-0 scoreline for France, and this is slightly getting out of hand for Germany. They have to get on the board soon, and this France picks the next, and they go for double time 4, so they're just going to completely exhaust that double time pool. They do seem to find a weakness in the German team being double time, and they go for double time 4. Double time 4 is a completely different map from the previous double times we saw. It's an AR 8.4 double time convert, but it is relatively easy. Obviously, easy is debatable, it's subjective, but at this stage for these players, there's a huge full combo opportunity in this one. It has relatively high CS, or it does feel like that, and that could trip some people up, but I do assume that most players should be relatively confident on this one.
Yeah, definitely seeing a bit of DT pool exhaustion here. As you said, France definitely exploiting that kind of German weakness in the DT pool, looking to get their 5th point here. Germany, as you were saying as well, really needs to stabilize and get their first point on that scoreboard to really just kind of settle themselves a little bit and yeah, give themselves a bit of a chance. But right now France is just looking so consistent and dominant. Germany need to pull something really big out of the bag to kind of get back at France's really comfortable lead right now. And getting into the early stages of the map, all players making it past 200 combo, and also all still holding those double S's minus no Kuroi, actually. And that scoreline just flickering slightly, but Inuyuka is going to be the first miss on the side of Germany, actually finding a couple misses there, created by Boros right after those, so a little bit of an advantage early for France. A miss there from Titobus, traded by Nokuro as well, so already a couple trades going on. Oh, but Marvmello dropped as well, so now France's advantage is going to start increasing, and No Life, the only FC left, still holding that double S. Very nice for France right now.
Yeah, really advantage for France once again, which has been pretty much happening in all of these picks, right? 5-way misses coming in, except for one, and that person that did not miss is always on the French side, and that's going to give Germany once again a disadvantage. Also interesting to notice that Marvmello is playing double time. We haven't seen him play any double time picks this match, and I'm quite sure also not this tournament. And we see Enrique dropping once more, and no trades coming from France, and that's going to further increase their lead. No Life still with the FC on the top left corner. No Korea Marvmello recovering quite nicely together with Boros and Titoas, but Iruka slightly trailing behind. That's about a 2 miss advantage for France, so Germany needs at least 2 misses coming in from France if they want to take this one back, and I don't think that's very likely on this type of maps. But No Life actually is about to comment on that. He does end up dropping, but that's one of those 2 misses. They need one more at least, and they have to keep holding on themselves. But No Life could probably kind of start to feel nervous with that high combo and missing on an easier pattern, which does end up happening sometimes. We see Nokuro, Marvmello, Titobas, and Boros all above 600 combo, 550 combo right now. Beautiful pumps coming from all 4 of those.
Yeah, right now this is... Oh! Double miss from the side of France. Can Germany capitalize that? But no, there's a miss from Marvmello right at the end, coming into that break. That is incredibly unfortunate on the side of Germany. They needed Marv to hold on right there, and now there's a miss from Nokroy as well. And traded a bit by No Life, but right back, Inuyuka finds another miss. And despite that German advance there, kind of coming into that combo advantage a little bit, unfortunately, unfortunately for Germany, France is just going to very slightly take that, only by about 63,000 score. Very, very close. France, I guess, not exploiting DT as heavily as they did before in terms of getting those easy points on the board. But yeah, Germany, despite saying, as we said, they needed to stabilize, but that is just not what is happening right now. They are now down 5 love. They need some sort of kind of huge morale boost or just consistency boost to really prop themselves up and get themselves at least a little bit into the match.
Definitely. I think what Germany now needs to do is to go into that hidden bracket, right? I think France's weakness is definitely hidden, and I have no clue why they haven't gone for that. I think Germany has the advantage on hidden, so if I were the German captain, if I were North Korea right now, I would definitely go for hidden 1 or hidden 2. There's also an indication that France banned hidden, so that does indicate that they do not feel that comfortable on hidden. Germany, I mean, it has always been so close. The score differences have been between 60 to 100,000 points, so that's not too huge, but sadly they were just never able to convert that into a point. It could have been 2-3-2 or 2-3 even at this stage, but sadly it's 5-0 for France, just slightly being more consistent, missing at the right times, I would say. We see Germany actually going for Nomad 1. I'm not too certain if that is the greatest pick, given how France is a really solid Nomad team. And this might just be picking something that's also within their cards. We see Natsuko coming back in, Electro and Tito's. I mean, those 3 are really solid Nomad players. On the other side, No Korean Marvmello. Curious to see what's going to be that third play. I think it's going to be Nerfu or Ginoshi. But I would have gone for hidden if I were Germany, but obviously they know how they perform at hidden 2 and hidden 1, so perhaps they feel just less comfortable on those maps. But this is do or die mode for Germany. Lose this one and France has 7 match points, and it's quite unrealistic if they were to drop all 7 of those, right? We see Vinci actually coming in for Germany, so making his first appearance in this match, and
hopefully being able to maybe stabilize their team just a little bit here. But yeah, right now France is just looking way too powerful and consistent for Germany to really properly contend with. I do think that, with this pick, as you were saying, they absolutely need to win it. Having 6 match points on your shoulders is about the heaviest weight in the world. So that is absolutely not what the German team wants or needs right now whatsoever. But here we go. Into this No Mod 1 pick. Can Germany finally get that really, really desired first point up on that scoreboard for themselves? Or will France give themselves those 6 beautiful match points to stare at? Let's see. This map does start out pretty chill. Not too much difficulty at the start. But the second half of the map is where you're really going to be wanting to watch out. And pretty standard length at 3 minutes 18. So yeah, here we go. Chill start. No one missing so far, as expected. Everyone holding that double S pretty comfortably. Having those first kind of... Oh, here's actually a little slider maze type thing, which is quite interesting and fun, but...
Yeah, the slider goes on for quite a long time as well. But
wow.
after the slider, it gets really rough. Yeah, it keeps on going. After this slider, it gets really... after the next slider, actually, after this one, it gets really wiggly, and that's where the hard part comes in.
Yeah,
so
there's tons of wiggles filled in the in kind of the latter half of this map, which is going to be a real challenge, I think, for some of the players. This constant wiggles is going to be coming up very shortly. But yep, there we go. First miss coming in from Electro here, and that is going to give actually an early advantage coming into the hard part of this map for the German side. All 3 of them still holding on to a double S. Maybe this no one picking exactly what they needed right now. Although the rest of the French team is looking very comfortable, and Electro is back up past 200. That lead for Germany is definitely needs to increase for them to feel comfortable, and that is not what's going to happen right now. Marvmello finds a miss, and now with all of those France players way above 200, they are going to take back that lead, it seems. And stabilize themselves very well now.
Yeah, this is going to get really tight, but Marvmello missed like 4 or 5 notes, I do believe, so that's going to give a small advantage for France, but only a minor one. But I mean, there's still 4 FCs on the board, right? Everyone seems so confident on this consistency pick. Vinci coming in for his first map and still above 1,000 combo rather, so beautiful performance coming from them, and there's nothing to comment about, right? Everyone hitting this really, really hard section right now. Natsuko, Titobas, Vinci and Nokor, all 4 of them still holding on to an FC. France has a really tiny lead to just 4 misses from Marvmello, and Vinci being the first to drop, and that is going to increase that lead for France. There's no trade coming in from them, and they seem so confident. 1 quarter left, Nokor still in FC right now. Natsuko and Titobas, Marvmello dropping, Vinci dropping, double is coming from Germany. That is not what they need. No trades coming in from France. Natsuko and Titobas still in FC, 1,500 combo and counting. Beautiful performance coming from France. Nokor is trying to match the still to the double S, but Vinci and Marvmello only a couple of misses when separating these 2 teams. But I believe there's only a slow section now, and that does not give any opportunities for misses. And I mean, this is just, there's nothing Germany can do at this France team, right? There's just a double FC, the 1 miss coming from them, and a beautiful performance from Germany as well. I mean, Nokor still with the assist. Vinci only has 2 or 3 misses. Marvmello like 5 or 6. It's not a bad team score whatsoever, but there's nothing you could do against this powerhouse of a team. 2.975 million. That is a monstrous score coming in from France. 1 million scores on their side and only a 1 miss on Electro. 9 miss on the German side. But, I mean, I have to give it to Germany. This is just unfortunate for them. Because that team score would beat quite a lot of teams at this stage. But just a beautiful performance. Once again, Titobas with the double S with Natsuko as well. Coming in with the FC. Wow, beautiful. And that's 7 match point for France and their pick. This is not looking all too great for Germany, and this might just end up being a sweep.
Yeah, that would definitely not what anyone, I think, would completely be happy to see, I would say. I don't really think, obviously, sweeps, if you're a huge France fan, is very nice to see, but it is nice to see some, like a really close contest. I think everyone kind of enjoys those matches just a little bit more. I think provides obviously for much more content and stuff like that. But even despite saying that, it is 100% entertaining to be able to see this France team just, show off their complete dominance and consistency over every single one of these mods. Really, just complete beast moding every single one. That last pick was very close, and Germany also had like a really nice performance, but France is just much too consistent right now, and Germany cannot, just can't maintain and keep up with that French consistency right now. Yep, just France.
Yeah, definitely.
Too consistent.
And France goes for a double time once again, so they pick all 4 double time maps, and we have to keep in mind this is Germany's tournament life on the line. Lose this pick and they sadly go home in the 9-12 spot, which is still quite a respectable finish for them. Boris, Titobas and Electro want to convert this last map for France and secure them a top 8 finish at the bare minimum. You see no Corey, Marfmella and Yuka on the German side, so once again Nerfu not going to be playing this double time either, which is quite interesting to note. About the map, it is a beautiful song from Lovejoy. AR 8.6 double time, so that's not the highest CR, but also not the lowest CR, right? It's converts to AR 10.1, which should still be quite confident for all of these players. The map itself is not that easy. It seems doable at first, but there's a lot of choke points in my opinion. There's a lot of weird triples that you can easily choke on. So curious to see where both of these teams will take this and how they will perform on this double time 1 pick. Perhaps the last pick of the match, depending on France's performance and depending on Germany's performance as well. Electro, Tito's, Boris facing off Nokiroy, Marfmello, and in Ryuka. Everyone feeling relatively confident in the beginning section. No misses to be seen.
Yeah, France, if they can get this point, obviously going to be advancing further into the losers bracket. But right now, every team, or both teams, sorry, every member looking very nice. So as I say that, immediately, somehow cursed it yet again, Note Kuroi unfortunately dropping on the German side. So already that advantage, yet again, just time and time again, it seems France is just able to take those little early advantages for the majority of these picks, and still pretty close. The score lead isn't too big, and Germany can definitely come back. This map definitely has enough length left in it, and obviously those 2 German FCs right now are looking very nice, and the side of France is finally going to find a miss from Electro, but taken right back by Inryuka, unfortunately, and yeah, that is going to keep France's lead ongoing, unfortunately for the Germans here, and Marfmello now dropping his FC as well. That is not what Germany needs at all, and now France's lead is just going to explode.
But a double is coming from France, actually. Electro and Titomas trading once at Marfmello, but they need Boris to drop, right? The only FC left in the lobby. No Korea on the 1 miss currently. Inryuka also above 200 combos, so that score lead is decreasing. But I think that's still a 1 miss advance in favor of France. No Korea and Inryuka dropping. It's double is coming from Germany right before the break, and that's really unfortunate. And only a quarter left. And yeah, that score gap is going to increase massively due to the fact that all 3 players from France are going to be above 200 combo right about now. And Inryuka dropping once more. Is this going to spell disaster for the German team? Marfmello is doing everything he can. He's left 200 combo. Boros on the other side, 40 combo on the FC still. Current Electro ends up dropping once, but they need Titobas and Boros to drop as well. No Korea building up to 200 once again. 200 combos. That score Electro dropping once again. That's a 70,000 score difference. 1-8 left of the map. Electro dropping once more. That's really struggling the initiation. And it's going to get really close at the end actually. But Inryuka trading once. They need Titobas and Boros to drop. Boros still at the FC right now. Beautiful performance coming from Boros. Marfmello and Nokra above 200, but Inryuka is not above 200 right now. And this map has come to an end. Is there enough time for Germany to come back? And I do not think there is. Electro dropping once, but Titobas and Boros seem so consistent on this pick. And Boros with the FC 1.08 million score on double time 1. Beautiful performance once again coming from France. And that's going to be a 7 point on the board, but only a 55,000 score difference. 20 misses coming from Electro. Definitely struggling the ending section of this map. But Titobas and Boros with the 1,070,000 and 1,050,000. And this is really heartbreaking for Germany. Sadly, they will be leaving the tournament in 9th to 12th place, but this match was a 7-0 score, and it's not fair for Germany, right, Maito? France was definitely the better team, but there were so many points that could switch back to Germany, and that's really unfortunate for them. Well, yeah, a sweep coming in from the French side. They seem really, really good. Boris with really solid double time performance of Titobas overall. Just really beautiful performance coming from this France team. Once again, your winners Titobas, No Life, Boros, Hollow, Natsuko, and Electro, securing France the top 8 finish at the bare minimum, and they'll be facing off against, I believe, the winner of Chile versus Russia, which will be happening in about an hour 20 from, actually never mind, in about 3 hours 20 from now, actually. So, but once again, really unfortunate for Germany. I think they really showed up today. There has been some rumors or well, some talks about Germany not being the consistent team they once were. Right? The German team used to be a top 3 contender. Okay, that's already 8 or 7 years ago. But after that, they definitely lost a little bit of that momentum, and they were kind of known for choking. But I think this year, once again, Germany stepped up. They showed what they were worth, and even though they lost this semifinals matchup with a sweep, it definitely did not feel like a sweep. Germany was in contention for all of these maps, and I'd like to congratulate them on finishing top 12, even though they qualified 15, so they seat upset there as well. But this German team is definitely once again in the rise, I do believe.
Yeah, very well played to both teams, obviously. That is, as you said, a little bit unlucky for the German team. I definitely think that they could have taken a few points there, but the French team, yet again, proving that they are 100% a force to be reckoned with in this tournament. Their consistency throughout this semi-finals pool right now has been absolutely sublime. And yeah, I think the winner of that Chile-Russia match is definitely going to be maybe fretting a little bit, considering how strong that France is looking right now. Although obviously, I think that Chile and Russia are both really strong teams. I think that's going to be really close, in my opinion. And yeah, so in an hour, at least I'm pretty sure, yep, 17 UCC. So in about an hour, there is going to be that Mexico versus Italy match, which is definitely one you want to look out for. That is going to be a very good one. So definitely stay tuned for that. I am Maito. I've been joined here by Quinton. Thank you so much for joining me. It was an absolute pleasure to commentate with you.
Always a pleasure to commentate with you as well, Maito. And as you said, definitely tune in for another loser bracket match coming in about an hour from now. Italy versus Mexico. Italy trying to get onto that loser bracket run. Mexico trying to redeem themselves after a clean sweep from South Korea from last week in the quarterfinals. So definitely come back in about an hour, grab some snacks, take your rest with this incredibly hot weather out here, or freezing in down under, as you said in the beginning of this match. And once again, Maito, always a pleasure. Everyone, do take care, and we'll see you guys in about an hour from now. Laters, everyone.
Bye-bye.